Welcome, little loves. I have a message for you. Let me get the keyboard out of the way to unlock the spread. The doors are open. Everyone, we know who we are in here. We know who we are in here. These gone freaks. If you haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, but if you have, you know exactly what I mean. That, how do I say this? Monster of a heart that you could say creates a monster of a hunter, even of a human, whatever you want to say. That monster heart being the most overpowered thing. Even the head of the assassin family or the prodigy saying, "You are light." Becoming your highest self, not because you have to. We are lucky. Gone Freaks is a hunter, you could say, like a figure that had to become his highest self to avenge someone he cared for very deeply. You could say, like, that's why he awakened to that. That's why that awakened within him. Same with Ragnar Crimson, if you have seen that show. Another story of truly being, you could say, forced into your highest self. A lot of us were. A lot of us were, for sure. And we have fused with our highest self. We have mastered all of the elements of us. Everything that we've been, everything that we are. Fire, ice, flame, wind, water, earth, light, shadow. Everything converging into one you, your highest self, who you are. And even though you're in the abyss, even though you have delved deep into the abyss of consciousness and knowing who you are, understanding, feeling who you've always been, you are the barrier. You become the barrier for the ones that don't have a voice, for the ones that haven't been able to declare themselves as a god, as a goddess, as someone that is worthy of fusing with the Holy Spirit, fusing with Christ, becoming the Father, being the mother of everything, of all things, treating them as such, treating them as your children. How do I say this? Cheering them on. Always giving them a boost, always giving them a mountain of faith. I'm looking at this picture and there's a mountain. I'm just thinking mountain of faith. You give them a mountain of faith because you exist, just because you exist. That's like a feat. That is a feat. You have become, like thinking of Oppenheimer, right? You did the opposite. You became life. You didn't become death. You became life. You could have been the villain. You could have been someone that only fought for evil, that threw it all away and, how do I say this, threw their humanity away. You chose to become life instead, to fight for everyone that is awakening, those dragonlings, those people that still are in despair, you could say still in the depths of hell, and you bring them out. You call them out of that tomb. You resurrect them. You give life to them. That's what I'm really getting. You banish death from them and fill that void with life. You feel sometimes you rearrange, you rewrite somebody's full perspective on life, full perspective on the universe, on God, on reality, on everything beyond it, every dimension. And you are like a living, walking, breathing dimension walker. Like you are in the 5th, the 9th, the 11th, anything. You are in that dimension when you are choosing love, choosing to be the light for the shadows, using your shadow, being flame, being grounded, going with the flow, letting the wind, the eternal wind, be your voice, be your, even just letting the wind take you higher, you soaring with that wind, and healing, most of all, healing, being the flame as well. You know how to burn. You know how to have that flame erupt inside you and do great things, do incredible things. And you also know how to heal, not only yourself, but others. You heal yourself from all the effort that you put in. You are here to wield spirit. You are here to wield. You are here. And that's the thing. One day, in the spiritual realm, when you have truly ascended past this realm, you could say, you can look back on this beautiful planet and say, I was there once. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. So every day that you wake up, make it a beautiful thing. Make it something that you will remember forever. Something that you will truly remember forever. And that's why you were sent here. That's why you were sent here. And the Father is watching you as how do I say this? As these angels, some of us like actual archangels. But we are, you could say, clad in shadows, are the shadows, have a cloak on, like the assassins, you could say, spiritually. But the Father is watching regardless, no matter who we are. Many of us are the shadow right now, and we've all been there. We've all been that. We've all been the pure light as well. But fusing them together, fusing that shadow side, that player of you could say, that shadow monarch, the light being, believe it, I'm going to become Hokage. I'm going to be the symbol of hope, being All Might, like one for all. One for all. And we face the ones that are like all for one. Destruction and subjugation of everyone. And we all found out, how do I say this? I don't want to, like, season finale spoilers. Of course it was Bakugo. Bakugo is the one that took out all for one, not one for all. The explosive one. The explosive one. The one that literally, damn it, fell over and he's like, screw it. And he still put his hand up. He still raised that fist. And a big message from Mashal, Muscles and Magic. Every fist that you raise will not go to waste. In the intro, in the OP, which is like a very OP opening, for sure. There's a lot of messages in that show. A lot of messages, but every fist that you raise will never go to waste. It is a fist raised by heaven, raising up everyone. And you can be the shadow. You can be the shadow. Oh, we're over here. Oh, awesome, we're over here. Beautiful. Absolutely. So you understand. The first card being light and shadow. Your true magical self, right? You can see the contrast, you could say. Being the shadow and the light, you have wielded, mastered, as the avatar, you could say, all four elements of being, of nature. And you are one. You have become one. And we all have some very cool forms, I'd say. God has very cool forms, you could say. That's awesome. And we are this main character of a knight. Like, if we are a knight, right? If we are knights of heaven, and if you've seen Sentenced to be a Hero, like, you girls are knights too. Shout out to Vice Captain, I forget her name, dang it. But me and how do I say this? Xylo and Terietta, I think that's the name. Very me and SW, extremely me and SW. But the captain, the knight captain, that you could say, like, very divine, feminine, shadow knights, you could say. Like, we are the main characters of being a knight. We know how to fight for light. We know how to cut through darkness. We wield the sword. We wield the spirit. And all those dark rulers that you may have met in life, those are gone with the wind. Those are gone with the wind. Like, you blew them away. You blew them away. Even if they, like, how do I say this? You hadn't talked to them in a long time. You hadn't spoken to them in a while. They reached out to you, and you just blew them away. with who you still are. Like who you still are, but how do I say this? You evolve past, and someone can say your mountain of faith, your path was the correct one, and you like change somebody's ways. You change somebody's ways. You change somebody's entire perspective on God, as we talked about before. You put people on the narrow path. You put people on the path to heaven. You like take their hand and put it on Jacob's ladder and say climb. And you just like leap up into the air and just like grab the top thing. As like you're like, getting like a chopper. Like, come on, let's go. Like you literally hanging from a chopper, full on. Just a helicopter to heaven. Heck yeah. And you, how do I say this? You can look down at everyone, and not in like a, looking down on anyone kind of way. I mean like in a, you are rising so high, and you can look back and see everyone that is on that same path and smile, and turn and keep going. You keep going no matter what. That's like your superpower. You keep going. You keep going. And we're here to, you could say, rescue everyone with the knowledge of what Source really is, the source of all things, Star Source Dragon, and rescue Ace Hydrant. We rescue people with the fact that the source, like what we all eventually get to, what we all eventually realize and feel as the infinite like core of the universe is joy. And that's how you ascend, that's how you heal, that's how you give, that's how you become more beautiful eternally. In the joy that you generate, even just being yourself, like you just in your room alone, doing things throughout your day that you could say you and God do, you and Spirit do together. You are like a generator of what is needed to ascend the timeline. That's really what I'm getting here. You are what's needed to ascend the timeline. Your joy. Your joy. And again, eternity, you can think of something as a chance, an opportunity, an ever-evolving spiral of becoming more beautiful. Becoming more beautiful. And what would God say is beauty? What would God say is beauty? I want you to think about that for a second. You could ask, what is beautiful to you? What is beautiful to you? To your true awakened self, your true God self, goddess self. What is beautiful to you? I can tell you what's beautiful to me. Love. Seeing people love each other for no reason. Sending out vibrations of joy, hope, faith, and like, how do I say this? Getting people like fired up, getting people hyped up. I've seen people that, quite actually just go around giving people compliments and flowers and, brightening their day. That's beautiful to me. Elvish love, like eternal love. That's also very beautiful to me. The fact that humans are weak. Humans are, you could say, very fragile, both physically and sometimes mentally as well. But that's why our potential is limitless. We create such insane barriers, insane swords, insane everything. Like, we are insane, full on. And it's good to have that madness. It's good to be that crazed magician. And I was watching a show, and you could say, like, the whole message of it was, magic is something you draw, like a card. Or no turn! Boom. It's like having that flame in you. Magic is the flame inside you. Magic is the love inside you. Everything you create is truly magical, is truly worthy of being called, how do I say this, like sorcery. And I don't want anyone to be afraid of that. It's just, a term for magic, a term for, you can think of like alchemy as becoming your highest self. Changing yourself into gold. And we all like understand that. We all understand the dragon within us, becoming that dragon, having our soul alchemicalized into a dragon. Our soul, we perform alchemy on our soul. You can transmute your own soul into anything, your own being into anything, whatever you want to be. A phoenix, a dragon, a griffin. Like, I don't know why you would want to be a griffin. Phoenixes are way cooler. Anything, an assassin. Like, you can transmute your soul into anything. A soldier, a knight for God, an angel, an archangel, an Oraphim, I think. Like, you can spin yourself and have those belts of eyes. You can do it all. You can transmute your own soul into anything. Lightning, electricity, spirit, flame, love, light, joy, creation, anything. You can create anything with that soul, with that imagination. And you can create within your life when you are able to imagine it enough to feel it. Enough to feel it. Your heart doesn't know the difference. Your heart doesn't know the difference, and when your heart grows wings, that's when you can really send vibrations flying into the universe, and that will be bounced right back to you for you to see things happen, have things happen. Whatever you truly imagine yourself in, like right before you go to sleep at night. This was an exercise from a very intelligent man who, like, I forget the name of. Jeez. Like, who needs names anymore? What he would do is, before he would go to bed, this was like a lesson, to climb a ladder. Imagine yourself climbing a ladder. We'd even see that as Jacob's ladder. And you will end up, you could say, having to climb a ladder. Like, you will manifest that, right? And if you think of, like, for instance, this channel, not even like 2 or 3 days ago, I was imagining, like, I have 999 family members. And we're already at 900 something. That was like 3 or 4 days ago, you guys. When you are in that state of knowing who you are, knowing that you have the Spirit of God within you, that you speak with the voice, with the mouth of God, you see with the eyes of God, you think with the mind of God, you have the soul of God, you could say. And most of all, you have the heart of God. That is the most important thing, having the heart of God. Truly, that is the most important thing. Why Christ is always pointing to the heart. Having the heart, the ability to feel. But here's the thing, that heart is very powerful, so protect that heart. That's what the shadow is for. You protect that heart, that little dragonling inside of you. That is, again, make your heart joy, and you make your heart source. Make your heart light, and you make your heart God. That shadow is there to protect that heart of yours. Let it do so. Let it do so. Merge with that shadow if you have to. Let that shadow speak to you. Let that shadow guide you. And you are the light for that shadow. You are the love for that shadow. Again, that shadow asks you, do you love me? And I saw so many people saying, of course. And that is really beautiful, because that is truly ascending. That is truly becoming one. And, again, you become this extremely beautiful night sky full of stars. Full of stars. A perfect mix. A perfect mix. A perfect fusion. I love you all so very much. Thank you for all, guys, 3, 4, 5 days ago, I made a post about, 80 subscribers? Are you serious, you guys? 80 family members? This is growing so much. It has quite actually 9x that. Plus. Plus. You're a perfect reflection of the light. A perfect reflection of the light. And you shine forth onto those zombie vampires. But that's the thing, again, do you think zombie vampires are evil? Some I don't. Like Zombie Man from One Punch Man. No, that's a good zombie, for sure. A detective that can't die, that's so badass. But a bad zombie, someone that shouldn't be alive in the eyes of the Father. That's the only thing I could say of a true zombie. And again, what would you think a person that shouldn't be alive would do? That is obvious. It's very obvious, right? But that's the thing. What if our perception of evil and good is like way different than God's, you could say. So it's like, what if the standards are higher even? What if like the standard for heaven is higher? And I'm feeling like a blue light on my hand. I don't know why. So that's like really like, you know, the angel in me speaking. What if the standards for heaven were higher than we think? But here's the thing. If you want to be that little red, that's like, screw it. I'm a transfer student. I don't care. Like, I'm just here to be the top of the class. And you know, like that, like what that little red, you could say, you know, resembles. A little oni, a little ogre. Like, dare I say, demon? And someone, guys, like I gotta be careful and just not be like a little rude. But someone was saying, you know, like you don't say that we're demons. Like, don't lump us in with those things, because they don't have hearts and we do, and that's why they try to steal ours. Guys, that was in like the first generation of like demons and angels when that happened. That was like the first generation, the first demon king. That was the command, to like take over the hearts. That does not happen anymore. And like, you know, like I used to be a demon slayer too. If anything, I was sent into how do I say this? Like the person said they were a demon slayer, and like I believe them. We've all had that arc. I was sent into even like abandoned buildings to cast out everything. Spirit took me into so many abandoned buildings. I've always been drawn to them. And I literally banished everything in there. Like he let me air the place out. Like, trust me, I know what being a demon slayer means, but demons are not there to harm us anymore. They're not there to try and take over us anymore. If anything, they want to be forgiven. They were the ones betrayed. They were the ones betrayed too. If you have fear of anything, that said thing will grow in power. If anything, like a lot of, you could say, demons are more noble than humans. And that's what needs to change. And that's from like both realms, you could say, saying that. That's what needs to change. Not hurting each other. Loving family, no matter what kind of family it is. Being family, no matter what kind of brothers and sisters we have in the light, in the shadow. We are all brothers and sisters, and that is directly from Christ. That is directly from Christ. Go forth. Go forth, angels, and be that perfect mix. Let's get this last card in good focus. That perfect mix, a black flame deity. If you need a heal from the thought of demons, you could say, go watch I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince to Take My Time Perfecting My Magical Ability. Go watch ReZero, and go, guys, like one of the funniest things I've ever had God, you could say, put in front of my face was an international RAM shortage on like this little like, you know, widget news on my browser. And if you've seen ReZero, like that's like heaven saying we want to see more RAM. And what is that? A demon girl, a demon maid. Go watch Perfect. If you guys want to truly heal and see what demons really are, you could say, right? Like why you could say that even that first king lost to love. Go watch The Demon King's Daughter is just too kind. That's what happened, you guys. It's like, here's the thing. Love corrupts all. Love corrupts even evil. It's like it takes over. It's like it's impossible to defend against. Even the most evil being. Go watch even in I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince to Take My Time Perfecting My Magical Ability. Even Giton, you could say like truly the one that had the most evil but pure heart and acted upon it his entire life. You could say its entire life. Still got whooped by love in the end. By one flashback. By one, like, you know, you could say revelation, or it was like a vision, you could say, of his deceased son and wife. And his son walks up and says, "Papa, you're so weird. It's okay to be bad." And the wife says, "He must be tired. Go get him." And he like jumps. His son jumps, and then it flashes back to Lloyd about to hit him with this crazy spell. Go watch that show and go be healed. Go see you have nothing to fear. A jobless reincarnation. It starts off a little grungy, I will say. Hold on. It was like a little uncomfortable. It was like, heaven was like, oh, should we watch this? And then it was a story. By the end of that season, you will see when they get like when the two get teleported to this, like you could say, the demon realm. You will see how it truly is, how it's like nothing but, even you could say, like the ones that were betrayed, wanting to do nothing but clear their name. There's nothing to fear, and they helped these kids, protected these kids. You guys should not be afraid of anything. Like, if anything, be more afraid of angels. If anything. Like, there's nothing to be afraid of, you guys. There's nothing to be afraid of, and that's why it's the most repeated phrase in the Bible. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of anything. You only give it power. And here's the thing. If you're fighting something that doesn't need to be fought, that thing, like, think about a bear. Think about a bear. You just go out and you see a bear, you're like, okay, like, I have to kill this thing. I have to destroy this thing. Or it will, like, it will hurt other humans. But then you realize it was just trying to protect its cubs, its children, its family. How would you feel if you learned that? Demons were the same way. Everything has the same family. Noble beings, God calls them, you could say. Noble beings. It's like a running joke here. More noble than most humans. They're truly draconic, you could say. That's what being a dragon really means, having that flame in you. Like, you don't care what you are. Angel or demon. Light or shadow. Red or blue. Doesn't matter. You don't care. You're the void. You're the void, and that's why you're the light. And I know this is a lot to take in, and again, like, a lot to not be afraid of. But if you want to be healed by literal, divinely inspired things, go watch those shows that I mentioned. Go have it heal you. Because you are this mana monster. But again, like, imagine if someone was trying to destroy you for no reason. That's not the demons. That's like ego, you could say. That's what, like, human egos do. That's what humans do. That's what I want to say. Spirit says. That's what humans do, not demons. Humans are the one that wants to destroy each other for no reason. Card confirmation. You have both parts within you. Like those twin serpents, angel, demon. That is how you should see it. Not be afraid of it. Not be in fear of either. Because why would you be? It's all a polarity. It's all the same thing. Light and shadow as well. Everything having the flame, the eternal flame, spirit within it. The Spirit of God within it. You having, as a human, you are granted the Spirit of God. You are born with the Spirit of God. You just have to accept that. And be that. Be that Spirit. And Spirit is everything. So what are you afraid of? Like, who are you fighting? Yourself? Boom. If you are truly thinking that, you are fighting demons, you're fighting yourself. You're fighting yourself. There are no demons tormenting you. It's you. It's always been you versus you. The aspects, the natures, the polarity. You versus you. Thinking of that one scene in Solo Leveling right before he fights Igris for the first time. And that, like, past self. That, like, very weak version, you could say, just started, like, mouthing off to him. The ones around him, like, like his past, you could say, appeared around him, all mouthing off to him, saying, like, you're still weak. You haven't changed one bit. Like, you're not going to be anything. What did Jinwoo do? He questioned himself a single time. Maybe things haven't changed. And what did he still do? He still got up and fought. He said, no, that is not how things are going to be. It was never demons. It was your past. Like, maybe you were a demon in the past, if anything. It's all your past selves. It's all the yous that will those are the only things that will torment you. Your past. Even your past selves. Past relationships, past guilt, past shame, past fears, past trauma, past anything. Anything of the past can haunt you like a demon. Like what you think. Go watch Witch Watch. It's the most pretty beautiful show, and it's a perfect mix of light and shadow, and the shadow being literally made, and that is an ogre, like that is a demon, protecting the light, the Witch of Thousands, like the one that is supposed to save the world, you could say. The light. Like, who are you fighting? Put your sword down. Put your sword down. There's nothing to fight. It's only yourself, but that's the thing. Fight yourself. Willingly fight yourself. Even like making yourself a demon, and fight it. And you'll truly become strong. You'll truly become strong. If you can survive that fight, if you can win that fight, every day even, that monster, that's the whole point of, like, again, thinking of Naruto and Kurama. Naruto and Kurama. Perfect example. What happens? Naruto faces that thing, willingly, with his own chakra, and wins. Wins in a tug of war. And absolutely shows that monster, I'm just as monstrous as you. Never be afraid of anything. You have nothing to be afraid of. Like, are you afraid of yourself? That's another story. It's another story. And speaking of another story, we'll save right here. Everybody, save. Good, awesome, awesome. I love you all. Thank you for being here. And I hope I kind of, healed a lot of fear for you guys. Healed a lot of, expectations of something that isn't evil. That isn't evil. Go watch My Nogra and see truly evil line beings. If there are evil things, it's something that just doesn't judge. Doesn't say anything is good or evil. They choose what's good or evil. That is the only, evil thing in this world. And again, with the heart, it all depends on if that is going to be an evil mindset or not. If that is going to be a villain or someone that changes the world. Either way, it's like all for one and one for all. All for one and one for all. The same power, the same ability to become infinite, you could say. Have infinite power. But it's all the heart. When you choose how to use that power. That is all up to you. That is all up to you, and it always will be. Not some entity. It will be always your choice. How you become, who you are, what you want to be, what you do. It's always your choice. So choose wisely and choose from that infinite heart of yours, because it is infinite. It's why you're eternal. You have grown your heart to be infinite, reaching the corners of the corners of existence itself. That's how far your heart wave gets to. So fill it with love. Use the soul, use your soul to fill that heart with love. To imagine beautiful, beautiful things for this world. And that's what is truly rising this planet's frequency together. And everyone has to be on that wave. It's it's not a choice anymore. Boom. It's not a choice anymore. When it comes to people evolving. But we have the choice. High five. To focus in. I love you all. It's 3:16 on the timer. 33:16 on the timer. I will see you all later. I love you. I don't know how to end this video, but please take care.